Hello. It's gonna be a short stream. We might go into 8:30. Um, Personally, I'm just not liking anything right now. This is open. I want to check out AMD. Well, we're going to do the daily. Um, AMD is a part of SOXL, by the way, which is one of my favorite ETFs. Advanced Micros. Yeah, that thing dropped after hours, but it did find a little bounce, probably halfway back up. This is minute, but we're going to go daily in a second. That might actually be a nice bottom here in a shortly. Hold on. We're going to wait until open. Well, I'm going to wait until open the trade. Now, I don't work for any prop firms, but it just seems to me that a lot of these guys are having they're having little raffles and stuff. Which, the chances of you winning are kind of low, but doesn't hurt to try. I might try one after a while. So that's 50, didn't go to 50, went a little bit up. Well, it's got to do with earnings, including with guidance. We're going to check my poor SOXL after a while, but I want to check out the hourly real quick. Daily. I saw somebody else looking at it today in their stream, and yeah, that's not a relative equal high. Okay, that went over. Even if it comes back, even if it came back down here, which I don't see it unless we correct. I can see a pull back into this. I can see that getting bodied right here. I know what you're thinking. It's a double top. Not quite. I mean, even if it was a double top, it would still end up here. Okay? That's just how that works. It's a measured move. Measurable width. Thanks. That's daily. I like it better if it did go down a little bit, honestly. We'll see about that. 15 days. Maybe I'm just living in a dream. But I would rather have it down. That doesn't look good on the 4 hour. That does look like a. It's still end up here though. Relative equal highs. But most of this move was countered today. In fact, one could say somebody knew something today, couldn't they? Look at that. Now your earnings was over here, by the way. Right here. Let's check out my SOXL real quick. SOXL. It holds NVIDIA. So if you are just just a bull up on micro devices and semiconductors that have been out of favor of the market forever, SOXL might be for you, but it's a 3 times bull ETF, meaning it's going to move 3 times up, 3 times down. You can short this, which is not wise because they have an alternate ETF that if you're bearish or you just want to hedge it, you could go get into that. I did not realize I did this right here, but they filled that gap. Alright, let's see, it's on the 4 hour. We're going to go daily. I thought I had this all figured out. See how I was doing this back here? And that was last week. I don't think I got into this at all, actually. I mean, in the past month, I was pretty hardcore about it while it was going down, and I was drowning the whole way. It's like, I don't care where you go. Actually, I went lower than this. I don't know why 723 says it's low, but no, it went lower because I bought at 750. But I bought here too, and here, and here, and waited, and sold. And we're rolling over a little bit, but not much. Let's see. With these, you can't really. So many gaps. Like, you have this gap up here. You have this gap right here. Actually, if it does roll over, that's going to be the first thing that gets filled right here. Yeah, getting my kids ready for homeschool, and I got to go get their immunization stuff and all that. I got to go here and there. Lord. I get a lot of stuff for kitties. Alright, so we could go there too. I want to see. Where do we go? 20? That's not exactly right. That's an older one. It's not even, no. Up here, 42, 4080. We're not going back down here. I don't believe we are. It did go about $6 and some change. I don't know why it doesn't say that though. I remember because it was right after I bought it, dipped it under $1. I'm like, really? Really? I was fussing too. I was like, you son of a. Oh, I went back on this thing. That's why it looks like that. Okay, I got you. I went real far back. I was just chilling on the fib for a few days. I started to roll a little bit. See if that can get filled. It's probably got another short position there. I'll shorten this instead of getting the SOXS. Is it SOXS? Instead of L, it's S. It's like SOXS. Yeah, that's the bear one. The bar. It's a bar. Damn it, it's a bar. Okay, so we're just still chilling. If you don't necessarily have to short it. You know what I mean? You don't have to short SOXL. You have SOX. That you could just periodically take a little bit off of. I may have to take a look at this too soon. Or buy it after market like now. 43. That makes a good hedge. Maybe, oh no, I wasn't thinking of this. Is this? You know what? I might have been thinking of this one because I buy both at the same time, really just a hedge. And this has been hanging out. It has not really moved. The longer the case, the better the longer the base, the better the case. This is your base. This is something that needs to be filled. All these little gaps. Are they all going to get filled? Probably not. But sometimes you get that little spiky. You're not going to get that spiky, by the way. I think you'll get a little spiky. Maybe 20s, 25. So that's SOXL. I mean SOXS, which is the opposite. It's a another one of those. It's a 3 times bear ETF. And this works pretty much just the same. So, I mean, if you can hedge, you don't have to short, you don't have to buy puts, you can just load up on these things right here. There's a beam on X about this right here. TZA, I love the little beam. It's like, no, Billy, no, don't buy the bearish ETF. But it's a bearish ETF for small cap. So, let's say you're a little bared up. Instead of shorting, you look at something like this, and you say, okay, I'm not going to, bet the farm on it. I ain't going to bet the Chevy on it. I ain't going to do none of that. What I do is just buy, a couple hundred shares, or whatever you could do. You know what I mean? And you just, sit on it. But right here, that was mighty fine time to sell, wasn't it? Right there. And it gave you all this time just to load up a little bit here, a little bit there, These are not, and I repeat, investment. This is not investment advice. These vessels will tell you on their website, you're not supposed to day trade them. I mean, you're not supposed to hold them really long, but I do hold them really long because, come on. A bad day for you is 18 to 25 for me. So, yeah, TZA or something similar. And you have TNA, which is the bullish ETF. TNA. Yes, I do like I do like this these guys right here. It's the same type of ETFs. Like people will talk about the spider ETFs, which has a lot more money flow into it than these. But I only said I was going to talk about that one, didn't I? 58. And if I go over a name and you're like, you went too fast, just go back and rewind it real quick. Like the SOXL, SOXS. My southern accent's got me again, okay? Sorry. We'll go over that in a little bit. And it's just like the Russell right here. But see, this is why I can't be bearish, bro. You look at something like TNA, right? Which is 3 times. Look at this. We're in a downtrend. No, you ain't. It stopped right around here. Now, it might be a slow process. Might even come back and retest this area right here, but that stopped. That downtrend stopped. I can't be too bearish on it. I just be careful with it. And I have owned a lot of that before. It's just one of them things where you slowly get into, slowly get out. And that's like, see, when we look at RTY or, what is it, for the micro, RTY, where's RTY? Where's RTY? That's the Russell, which is actually, this is small caps pair, and Russell is like smaller caps pair kind of thing. You can find some interesting stocks in the RUP index. So let's see. Let's look at that real quick. I'll look at the micro. The Russell. Where's the Russell? Where is my Russell? There it is. It doesn't exactly mimic RUT or the Russell, but even the Russell is kind of, you might not get this right here, okay? I'm just letting you know right now that 1914, it's possible, but a pullback might do it. Maybe October, but it would be a slow grind down first. And this is all daily. We are more worried about the intermediate, aren't we? Because what happens? It pops. What happens when it pops? It goes up. So we're going to look. Russell's still in that little channel on the top of the channel. Don't want to short down here. If it prints something that says low, blah, 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 yeah, don't short right there because you're going to be in some hellfire pain. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are certain times and places where you short, and that ain't one of them. Anytime you see this little V right here, and it comes back down to retest, and it pops right back up over it, yeah, don't. You can wait for it to come back down. You can wait for it to go up. But chances are this right here, that structure is bullish. And it's structured for a while, too. It lasted for a little bit. Look, it happened up here, too. No, I can't hang with the Bears right now. I'm sorry, because, yeah, just because you feel a type of way, I don't know. Let's check that gas since it is on my profile. I do trade that gas, but I have not traded it yet. You see this right here? That is screaming a winner right there. We'll see you're in deflationary conditions too, so it could pop back. Let's see, this is 5 minute. When did we open? I mean, we literally just opened right here, right? So we popped up a little bit. That's where we popped up. Right here. Yeah, and see how flat that is? Not investment advice. This is why they call it the Widowmaker, but what I'll do is I'll draw it out to the body. Well, actually, let's see body to body. You're not looking for a lot on this. You don't need a lot on this at $12 a tick. There's one that does like 10. I haven't traded that in a while. Let's see. Corn futures. Anybody else trading? No? Okay. I bet you nobody in here trades corn futures. I have. It's boring. But it's profitable. Jeez, oil. Who on God's green earth did we make mad over here? We're like, yeah, $70. Yeah. Okay, time to short. Is that what y'all did? That's what y'all did. Y'all degenerates, man. So it's hanging right here. You could call that support. But once it breaks support, it should. No. It's the low at 55. And yes, I know my fib fan's not perfect. Somebody out there, I know one of y'all is like, his fib fan is not perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is daily. We'll go down to hourly because I want to see what that thing right yonder is. Hold up. 10-day, 30. There is a gap. A big one. Must have been a month ago then. I'll change the date right here. 10 days. It's supposed to be 60, but I'm not worried about 60. Let's see. Where is it at? Do I have to go back further? It was on the daily. I know it's there. Mind you. Further back. Further back. Where are you at? No, you weren't that far back. Why is it when I go to the daily I can see it? Is that like a military thing? It's got to be a military thing. It's right here. That's not a gap closure, by the way. It is. It's like a temporary. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something. But it's still not a closure. You want to see a body. Not only do you want to see a body, what you want to see is a wick over probably 50% of that. At least 50%. Maybe 61, maybe, of that on the daily. We're not there yet. We got time. Like, if I wanted to get into it, I got time. And hopefully that's going to move in the morning time anyway. And it'll probably just fall in the market. Let's go check it out. I want to open up real quick. Well, let's do Tesla first. The robot guy. Yeah, it's still descending a little bit. This is still being bought up right here. You see that? I'd love to see that wicket. I mean, just wick that thing right there. I'll buy it again. See how it wicked it right there? I want it wicked down again. And then pop. See that? Technically, you're not in a downtrend anymore, are you? No, you're consolidating. I mean, I imagine there's probably a few people that's still in it. Yeah, you're just consolidating. Downtrend's over right now. This is a new downtrend. Yeah, do you see what happens after a downtrend? Recovery. That's what happens. Oh yeah, I did say it open. Because I was doing some funky stuff, like real funky stuff. I ain't gonna say stock manipulation. I've been trading too long to call it that. Where are we at? Yeah, because that went down after hours too. I noticed that. Yeah, we gotta go look after hours. This is after hours right here. Yeah, like 195, 173. They sold it right there. Their earnings must not have been good. Or that was just a catalyst for people to sell. One of the two. I know that they ain't going to be talking about it's going to $82 right now because you can't get sued for that kind of stuff. But we will look for a bottom in this because I got to average in. I'm still holding bags, but not a lot of bags. Yeah, you shouldn't really tell the public that it's going to $82 because they will. Yeah, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. I mean, I used to push pennies and I never told anybody lies like that. I'd be like, yeah, you be careful with that one. Matter of fact, I had to read emails to make sure everybody's on the up and up. Like, you on the up and up with me, man? So let me check out your list. Why you got a whole bunch of bots? Some of those email lists that they try to sell you and stuff, and that they have themselves. Yeah, I got 2 million people, and all of them are fake. Half of them are spam, and 10 of them will get you banned by MailChimp. This is daily. I can't hang with y'all guys right now. Okay, you break down here, we'll talk about me shorting. All right, I might short interim here and there, but I ain't gonna tell y'all about it. See that right there? Kind of thought I was going to go higher and wick over at least and not leave that so darn smooth, but you still got, and it did perfect gap fill right there too. Just came up and said pop. But if we retrace a little bit lower, it's like a slingshot. And yeah, you could see this right here. I ain't trying to get you all buried up, but you can see this down here, but it's the way you trade it. I've literally traded. I mean, this kind of market I love because it's volatile. you'd be like, yeah, man, we're going to the depths of Hades, and it's like, no, you're not, no, because like the big boys, they know that you're short, by the way, okay. And actually, I'll show you a point in the chart where it kind of stopped me out, but I know what they were doing, and this is why I don't hang out with. I can't short all the time. Okay, it was right. Where's it? Right there. Right there. So I'm very confident in my short position right here. Right. I'm like, yeah, we're going down. I don't tell nobody. I'm listening to somebody give a beautiful bull case of their stream, and I'm like, cool, man, cool. And I'm like, all right, this is it. And what happened? A reach for liquidity. It's looking for buyers, okay? And if you have a stop up there, and I did, it took me out right about here. So I didn't lose a whole bunch of money because I was right here to right here. It was a real tight stop. But apparently everybody else had tight stops too. I don't know, but that's how the algos are. That's how the market makers, high time frame trading algos, JPM, Citadel, Aladdin, all those guys. They don't see your stops, but when they hunt, it's like that. Okay, it's like a literal 30 handle move. Okay, it's probably more than that. I mean, I got out in the nick of time, but I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna go down. I'm not gonna tell anybody, and it did finally. Comes up, fails to go over the top of that wick. Okay, this is your re-entry point, by the way. If you were to go short, because you're looking for, okay, we're either going to do a relative equal high. It's a different session too. The reason why I shorted, two reasons. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. You know, there's this old saying back in the day they used to go to lunch and blah blah blah. So I was short here, premature. I didn't wait until 12:30, which would have been right where, in here. I mean, they know the trick too, but it was right after 12:32. Okay. And that would have been a perfect. That's actually what I was looking for, right? But what did I do? I waited. I was like, there's too many traps. I waited. And I got this, and this, and I covered a little bit deeper. I wasn't looking for a lot. Short term, long term. But yeah, you got to be wary of these things. But yeah, and you could obviously make a lot more money on the long side now, couldn't you? But we closed down, like, yeah, you closed down this, okay? You closed down what? You closed down here, all right? But you would have had to deal with what? All this. That's why I'm glad I got stopped out and I could re-enter and get my money back, and that was it. Be grateful for the things you got. Why? Because of this. Because they knew people were short here. So they took advantage of them right here during the auction. And we are at 23:45. I want to see retest down here, but I gotta see what time it is there. I want to see that get filled right there. Down here at, that's not a real close, by the way. You can either do two things: wait for that to close and go long. This is nice. Prefer that candle over there. Come down, retest, boom. But what it did was it went here, then it made its new low. Kind of skeptical of that. Cleared. I'd wait until 8:30. Let's see on NASDAQ. Where did we open? So yeah, we could go a little bit further down. Am I willing to shorts? Maybe. Price is right. Capped it right here. Just like, yeah, we're gonna open up. And actually, what is it? It's Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, and you expect a reversal Wednesday and Thursday, but there has to be a good catalyst for it too. And Monday we had like an ultra super day, so of course there's going to be a little bit of a retracement. That's kind of a deep retracement, though, wasn't it? Kind of deep. Let's see. And honestly, see where I wanted to. This is what I saw, and the only reason why. So where's your entry? Where's your exit? Well, seeing this candle right here, right? because I was longing it, shorting it. I was like a complete psycho with it. But what I wanted was, and I should be able to measure it now. Hold on. We just want 50% of that candle, bro. If I turn it upside down, it's like 61. I mean, it was perfect. Literally perfect. And it could stair step down a little bit more. It doesn't matter. But this is the sweet spot where the shorts and longs meet. Right. Let's see. It's perfect. Tell me that's not perfect. Right here. That's what I wanted right there. Was I looking for that? No. No, I wasn't. Because at the beginning of the day, I was bullish. Very. And I bought that 10. First, I went long, and then I tried to go short. And I got stopped out. That is how it goes. Far beyond perfect. Far beyond being perfect. Let's see. Power 3. That is a power 3. I'd count that whole thing. Count this whole thing. And maybe a little bit lower, but I'm not willing to short right now. That could be. Should get those failed power 3s too, and what happens? Boom. Cliff. 404. Alright. Now let's see. What did I want? Maybe an ES real quick. Like I said, I gotta cook my kids dinner, man. I gotta do stuff. I gotta do stuff around the house. Can't be hanging out on the computer with y'all all day. But I do appreciate those who came in and listened though. Like, subscribe, follow the channels. All the channels. On like 5 different channels. It's encouraging. Nothing goes straight up or down. So it's starting to look like it on the 15. Where did we open? Right here. Always mark your open. If I want to come back to this later, I want to know a few things. I didn't really mark this one too well. I wonder where my opening range is. Go back. Back in time. Where's midnight? Looking for midnight. There wasn't nothing really happening at midnight. Yeah. Stayed above midnight for a while. That became premium, didn't it? And see, like that little gap right there? When we're bullish, that's going to give us something to look forward to, isn't it? It's got to fill the gap. So, you know, when things settle down, people ain't all panicking again, panickers. We can be like, okay, well, yeah, that spot right there. And why is that? Well, it was the open range on what day? And we just mark it up. Some people erase it every day. I've had to erase mine every day because I don't usually look at all these charts this fast. I used to spend my Saturdays and I'd just be looking at charts and not doing anything with them, but just keep them, you know, posted in my little laboratory here and come back to them. So that's too rapid. That's got to slow down. So even if you're short, the next leg is down below 63.13, brah. No, it's not. If you're going to short, don't short the bottom. Try shorting up here somewhere. Okay. Matter of fact, hold on. Matter of fact, see this right here? That's weak. That's why I'm not interested. It went into this, but it fell to, right? Right there. Went into that and said, nah, not yet. Now you have this continuing with, and it's pretty much the same pattern, isn't it? Nah, not yet. So look for those nah, not yet moments. Alright, yeah, so that's the rundown for tonight. I know it's not perfect. But yeah, I gotta cook. I gotta eat.